In this video, I would like to show you how to determine when imaging has been scheduled for one of your patients that you fax in a requisition for, i.e., when am I going to get that CT, doc? To understand what I'm going to show you, you need to know what goes on in the medical imaging department after they've received a fax. You could have a two-step process or a one-step process to schedule the date for your patient's imaging. In the one-step process, they pick up your fax, call the patient, and make a booking. In the two-step process, which might occur if the patient isn't home when they call, the information on your fax requisition is put into the scheduling system as an order, and now your request is on the request list. Later, they connect with the patient and choose a date and location of the imaging. This second step moves them from the request list status to the book status. This step takes a modification to the original order. You can determine whether your requisition for medical imaging is sitting on the request list or the book list, as well as the date and location of the imaging test appointment by looking in PowerChart. Let me show you how. To get started, you need to look for a particular patient in PowerChart by clicking on that magnifying glass icon, making sure that it says BC, and then putting in the PHN. You could also search by last name, which is what I'll do because my test patient doesn't have a PHN. And once you select it, you need to go down to this bottom box here and choose the most recent date for the registration and pick an ambulatory encounter too. I'm going to pick this one here to make this whole test patient thing work out well. Once you get it open, this is the patient's chart in PowerChart, but you want to go look at the orders within the patient's chart, and in particular, you want to look at the diagnostic imaging orders. You make sure that's checked. Bernadette here has a number of imaging pending. If you scan through this list on your patient and you don't see the imaging you're expecting to see as an order, then either there's been an error in the fax machine or they just haven't picked up the order off their fax machine and entered it into the system. If it's been a week since you faxed it, I would just try refaxing. However, you can see that we have an ultrasound of the abdomen, chest x-ray, a CT head, and an MRA of the renal arteries coming up. The first thing you need to know is the one with the calendar and the check mark means that this is a booked appointment. And if you hover your mouse on it, it says the current status of this appointment is confirmed. So that means Bernadette and the radiology department have agreed that she's going to come in May 31st, 2017. You find that in the details column. What about the ones without a check mark? This is an order that is just on the request list. It says here, this order is available to be scheduled, but we haven't made one yet. And this date, in this case, in the details column, just means that that's the date they put the order on the request list. And lastly, what about this one with nothing beside it? That likely means that the fax has been received, but it hasn't even got on to the request list yet. They just put a few of the details into the system. So if you wanted to get some more information about this order, such as location, try double-clicking on this calendar icon. You can see that the details of that order are that it was a two-step process. Someone had to modify the request in order to get to the stage of it being confirmed. So you can click on Confirm, go to Resources, and you can see that the location is going to be at the Campbell River Hospital in the ultrasound room 1. You can also see that in the General tab if you're on Schedule 1, where it says Campbell River Hospital, but you can tell more details can be found. The Confirm, so we know it's on the booked list, and Resources. Let's go check out something that's on the request list, such as the CT of the head. Double click on the calendar icon, and you can see this isn't quite completed yet. We know it's going to be at Nanaimo Regional Hospital, but it doesn't have a complete process completed on it, so it's just on the request list. Similar to this one. Not complete, and then we'll double check this one that we know is on the booked list, and it was just a one-step process. It went straight to Confirm, check Resources, and it's going to be VGH, MRI Room 1. So that gives you an idea. To recap, you open up Orders, Diagnostic Imaging, look for the calendar icons. If it has a check mark, it's booked, and this is the date of the appointment. If it has no check mark, it's just on the request list, and they're still negotiating with the patient, and that was the date where they put it on the request list. Making Health IT easy for you and me. I'm Ian B.